I felt sorry for her. She was physically disfigured after her surgery. She didn't want her husband anymore. And
Damn you!
Her!
Alan.
Damn you! Please straight him. Order in this courtroom. Please be seated.
Your Honor, my client is the victim of a criminal assault. I demand that Dr. Alan Quartermain be placed under arrest immediately.
I agree. Bailiff, take Dr. Quartermain into custody.
Your Honor, Dr. Quartermain needs access to medical care. The alleged assault was The alleged assault was committed under circumstances of extreme emotional duress. He does not pose a flight risk, and he certainly doesn't pose a threat to the general population.
Your Honor, that's debatable.
Mr. Graff, thank you. Your Honor, may I be allowed to finish my argument without heckling from Mr. Graff, please?
You may, Miss Davis, but only if you make it brief. So far, I'm not impressed. It's Dr. Dorman's right to press charges.
I'm not.
I beg your pardon.
Dr. Dorman.
I have no interest in pressing charges against Alan Quartermain. My dispute is with his wife. Given the nature of that dispute, his actions are understandable, even forgivable. In some way, we're both victims.
Dr. Dorman, I strongly advise against this course of action.
As do I. You were assaulted in open court.
It was an extreme reaction to a difficult situation. I'm sure it won't happen again.
Very well. Dr. Alan Quartermain, you are free to go. However, this court fines you $1,000 for contempt. And might I remind the press that any further disruption of these proceedings will result in a closed trial. This court is adjourned until day after tomorrow, when we'll reconvene at 10 o'clock.
All rise.
I knew that charlatan would turn this to his advantage. What the devil were you doing, Alan?
He was sticking up for his wife for once.
Well, of course, you'd approve.
How is your hand?
It's starting to hurt.
But we better get you to the hospital.
Has it occurred to anyone here that this big idiot has just given away the trial? Not only will this mess appear on the front page of every paper in the state, but the judge will remember it when he renders his decision and triples the damages. Now, you there. You, go over there and talk to his attorney and tell him that we'll settle out of court.
We're not going to settle, and we're not going to lose. Dorman got what he deserved, and it's only the beginning.
The beginning of the end. I am telling you, you have ruined everything as usual.
Edward, put a sock in it.
Thank you, Justice.
My pleasure.
Alexis, I need to speak with you.
I'm tired.
In private.
I don't think of it as generosity so much as tolerance. Alan Quartermain is in an impossible situation. He's finding out about his wife's behavior for the first time.
Are you saying the husband's the last to know?
That's the impression we had in court today.
Dr. Quartermain! Dr. Quartermain!
Did Dr. Dorman first to set you off so violently?
I hope you're satisfied.
As a matter of fact, I am.
This is going to cost us a fortune.
Edward, come on. He said he wasn't going to press charges.
Oh, yeah, give him a day to think it over. He will sue us for half of the acquisition budget.
What's the matter? So this year we don't buy a software company? Dad gets to take a pop at Pierce Dorman. I think it's great. What good's all this money if we can't have a little fun and do what we want?
You know, he makes a good point. If you can't afford the consequences, it was a very satisfying moment.
You have no idea.
You people are hopeless. I've given up on these two, but Justice, I thought that at least
You know, Edward, you have no idea how that breaks my heart.
Oh. Well, nothing's broken, but it'll be a couple of days before they can assess any nerve damage.
He can't move his hand, Bobby. I would say that was nerve damage.
There are other possibilities.
None of them good. Oh, he was coming so far along. Just the other day, he was showing me he could do a surgeon's knob. Now he may have lost his surgical career for the second time.
If that happens, somehow I don't think Alan's going to regret that. He loves you, Monica. He just proved it to the world. And it may be appalling on an intellectual level, but tell me, weren't you just a tiny bit flattered?
Truth? It was wonderful.
Have you heard from Alexis?
Not yet.
Maybe that's a good sign. Maybe she doesn't think the case needs any more work.
Or maybe she was on the next bus out of town.
I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be. I think it's kind of sexy when you fight over me.
How sexy.
Well, try me and see.
Careful. I'm an injured man.
Mm.